everybody, welcome to your reading. We're going to go ahead and shuffle some cards and see what messages we get. I've got 3 stones. I'm going to go with this one first. I'm going to call this one the pink stone. So it's quite a nice bit of crackle. It's quite pretty. Just going to call it the pink stone. I'm going to pop that up there. And okay, rightio. What would the people that picked the pink stone, what would their message be? What would they like to know? What have you got to tell them is what I should be asking. What message have you got for the people with the pink stone? People with the pink stone. Okay. People with the pink stone will get their message for the pink stone people. Okay, so for you. Alrighty, let's see. The first card we had that popped out was the Wheel of Fortune. So it is a lucky break. It's a cycle within a cycle. It's yeah, it is what it is, but at the end of the day I can just see that it's a smaller cycle, but there's a bigger cycle at play here. So there's something like the World cards on the outside and the Wheel of Fortune's on the inside, like the bigger circle and the smaller circle. So the first one we've got there is the Wheel of Fortune. And we've got Death. So it's signifying change coming in with the Wheel of Fortune. It's going to be some event in your life that's going to come and play out. We'll read a bit more here and see what else we can find with these cards. Got the Page of Cups and the King of Wands. It's sort of can be a fire sign or a water sign, being that we've got both. Page of Cups usually an offer coming towards you, news and information. He usually is carrying a cup, which is emotion, so it sort of can signify back to can be a romantic offer, or somebody coming in around you wanting to change. Even if you're in a relationship, they might want to change the dynamics. They might want to get engaged. They might want to move in. They might want to. It's moving forward or going forward. This King of Wands, it's quite a passionate situation. Like, it's, to me, there's a lot of deep feelings, a lot of emotion involved in this situation, with this Page of Cups coming forward with that offer, or somebody coming forward with an offer. It doesn't have to be romance, it can be friendship, but there's a fairly strong bond to this person, whoever this is that's coming in around you. They're fairly connected to you, like a family, best friend, long time friend. And with this lucky break, with that Wheel of Fortune coming in there with Death, I just get that feeling that there's the change that's coming in. There's something in it that's a little bit it's a bit scary. It's the only way I can put it. It just made me get a shiver up my spine, and I don't usually. So it's not so much bad. It's just going to be, I think, a big change. There's going to be quite a big change coming in that's probably going to you know, rattle your energy. Makes you just a little bit fearful, because you have to sort of stop and have a think about what's coming in and what's playing out in front of you. 5 of Swords here. 5 of Swords is a bit of conversations, brainstorming, working things out with people, but I feel like there's going to be a little bit of arguing going on, or a little bit of, it's erratic energy. And you've got, in this particular deck, you've got these people that are crying in the background. So like I said, I get that bit of a shiver up my spine feeling with that card. So when you see, or when I feel that, it just gives me that. It just gives you the feeling that something's going to come out around you, and it's in conversation, phone calls, text messages, information coming through like, you know, I'm just going into blah blah land here. It's all good. I'm trying to get a read off that, and I'm trying to read this at the same time. Sorry, I'll settle myself down, but yeah. There's information coming in around you, and I think it can be a little bit, a little bit sad or shocking, something that's coming in, or something that you hear or find out could be about somebody else that you know that ends up making you upset. Something about it. 10 of Wands. So that's carrying a burden, feeling like having responsibility and feeling quite heavy. This situation, it gives that energy back. And then there's a bit of reflection going on and withdrawing within to work it out. It's like whatever set of events has come in with that Wheel of Fortune kicking it off, and this energy coming in around it, this situation might happen, and then all this plays out after it, but then you strangely have the Three of Cups in amongst it all. So that's a bit of a celebration card. Or going to wait. Can we get any clarifiers for the Three of Cups? I'd like to know what that has to do with the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is to do with the King of Cups and the Devil. King of Cups is very much to do with the emotional body and the emotions of you. And there's the Three of Cups, so there's this celebrating something but not celebrating something. It's this backwards and forwards energy with the Devil energy there. It seems to be that it feels like, in this sense, it definitely feels as though it's a time frame thing. There's some delay. There's some delay here with this situation, this emotional situation that's playing out. All the energy, the whole cards, all this energy playing out, even all the burden and all the conversations. It feels to me as though there's going to be a gathering of people. They're celebrating, but I don't feel like everyone's very happy here at all. Just feels a bit, it feels very heavy, feels a bit weighted and heavy. We'll see if we can get a few more cards for reading one, which is very odd reading. I'm still trying to get a grip on what it's all about, but yes, we're getting there. Rightio. What was this reading all about for reading one, the pink stone? Alrighty. We've got Strength and the Queen of Cups, so intuition, and the strength is believing in yourself, walking in your own power, walking through this energy, whatever's coming into play here, walking through it. And I just feel like you're going to be walking through, and you need to muster up some energy and some courage to walk through this situation, whatever's coming in front of you. It's going to be a little bit, it's mixed. It's a very mixed feeling. I keep flopping from it's good to see people, then it's not good to see people, and people are gathering but they don't really want to gather. It has that feeling of, yeah, anyway, we'll keep reading. Okay, then we have the Nine of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So I feel like there's a struggle to get into that energy of the Nine of Cups. It's not coming easily to be content or to feel settled and smooth. Everything feels erratic. It feels very erratic, all this energy. And the Knight of Swords is a bit of news and information coming in, and I feel like it will be to do with the Fool here and the Queen of Pentacles. This is the aftermath after all this blows over and starts settling down. You seem to be very confident again. That's that confidence there of that Queen of Pentacles is very much the energy of these two cards here, where you're trusting your intuition. You're going to just walk through, and you're standing on your own ground. You're in charge of things. You're the boss. And the Fool's that energy of going into a new direction or changing after getting through this situation. There's something playing out here in your life that you don't have any control over this either. It's all fated with the Wheel of Fortune and Death. This whole situation that plays out in front of you, you can't control it. You're actually like you're walking through this energy, but I don't feel like you're enjoying it too much. It feels like it's very erratic and it's very unstable, and you've got to just trust yourself and you're virtually holding your breath and walking through. I'll get a few more cards for the pink stone for reading 1. A few more cards. I won't take them. It's just sloppy. It's just sloppy shuffling. I'll get a few more cards for reading 1. Okay, what do we got? Very messy reading, this one. Sorry, it's a bit out there, but I'm still trying to get a grip on the strange energy that's coming through it all, and it feels like this is all playing out in front of you, and you're just along for the ride. You're inside this energy, but you're not really running the show. You're not in charge of this energy. The devil's in the detail. It's just there. That devil card's virtually saying all the time that you're backwards and forwards. I don't have the 2 of Swords here, but that's that exact energy of indecision. You're happy, you're sad, you're up, you're down. It's very erratic. There's a lot of 5s. We have another 5 here, the 5 of Wands, which is people all getting together. And they feel like they're all discussing and working things out. There's the generosity, the 6 of Pentacles, which is people coming in around you, supporting you through this energy. There's some support coming in through family or friends. It can be through those I was saying like emails, which is a bit out the window now, but it'd be text messages or phone calls. It feels like people, if they can't come and see you, they're ringing you up and talking to you. And we've got the Queen of Swords. So again, it's to do with this bit of brainstorming and working things out. You have to sort of get together with some people and work some stuff out. And we do have this 4 of Wands, which again feels like that celebration card of the 3 of Cups here. But it's people coming together, and there is some celebration, maybe amongst all this situation, that there is someone's birthday party that even though you're not feeling like normal, you've got to get dressed up and go to a party, even though you might not want to. It'll be okay, you'll have some fun, but there's something weighing on you here with this energy. It's all over the place. 8 of Pentacles and the King of Swords, so some legal or paperwork and some documents to sort out. And you've got the 8 of Pentacles, which is, I feel like this, usually that's the Master and the Apprentice, but in this one I feel like you're actually sitting down and you're working out how to plan the next situation that's coming in. With that Fool card, you're going to be working out a new course or working in another direction, or looking with the Fool card, you're going to move forward. I don't have the Chariot, but that's that sort of energy. Okay, reading 1. It's a bit of a crazy reading, but can we get an angel card for reading 1, just to get the last word on this reading, this strange energy reading for reading 1. Okay, that's the one. Right. Okay. Sapphira, so it's angels, that's the angel Sapphira. And the angel of families. A happy change or addition is coming to your family. So this is what all that energy will be. Some part of it's playing out is the gathering and the celebration. But a happy change, well, this must be the situation up here with the Wheel of Fortune and Death. This must be the signifying of this big cycle or the change that's coming in. Can't quite put my finger on what that weird energy is there, but there's something. It's like the mask that has 2 faces, the happy and the sad mask is what I sort of see. And it goes from feeling happy and celebrating to worried and not feeling very confident and having to draw in your strength and your intuition. But needless to say, at the end of the day, you will get through it, and probably learn a lot of things on the journey. It feels like with the Fool energy there, it feels like another, once this all passes, that energy is coming into the Fool, which is the new beginning, or a new path is opening up in life, like it does sometimes. Things happen and change comes in, and it just starts changing the whole way life's running right in front of you. But it feels like good energy. It just feels like you're not in control of it to this reading. It feels like it's happening to you. You're not manifesting this. It's just playing out right in front of you. So that's it, reading 1. Hope you got something out of that. Bye for now. Hey, reading 2. This is the green stone. Just a really weird yellowy green, but this is your stone. Would be for reading 2, you would have picked this little green stone. So I'll take the pink stone away, and we'll pop up the green stone now for you. Oh. Give it a little bit of a rub. Okay. Rightio. This is for reading 2, the little green stone. What can we get for reading 2? Alright, that's heaps. Okay, we'll start with these two guys that did come out first. We have the 8 of Wands and Judgment. So, right, we have very fast moving energy with that 8 of Wands. News and information, changes coming in around you in your life, and of course you've got Judgment. So with Judgment it is Archangel Gabriel, and he's blowing that trumpet, and it's a bit hard to see, but in the picture here you can see the people. What he's actually doing is he's blowing the trumpet, and he's bringing the dead back to life. They're coming up out of their graves, out of the ground. So Judgment always signifies a big change, a new way, a waking up to a whole new life, and a new way of life changing around you. And because it's paired up with this 8 of Wands, these are the first two cards out, it comes in a bit like lightning. Even though they're rods, they are like lightning bolts. It comes in fairly fast. It is like just the trumpet, the sound of a trumpet being blown. That's how fast this comes in. This energy is changing, that's coming in around your life. So with this other strange bits here, we have a little bit of, well, these guys have definitely have had. I'd say this is has been happening. Got the 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords. So out of all the sword deck, they're the 3 heaviest cards you can get. So you guys, without a doubt, have just been or are about to go through a little bit of mental anguish. It's the only way to put it. I can't really dress it up any other way. I don't really want to make it too doomy and gloomy, but it's definitely going to be. It's just your thoughts. It's your brain thinking and ticking over and overthinking everything to the nth degree. Sleepless, not sleeping properly at night, it's definitely there. Feeling trapped by your thoughts and that they're controlling you. And then we're coming through to the 10 of Swords, which, even though it is a bit bleak, it is good because the progression's there from the 8 to the 9 to the 10. So with that 10, there's the rainbow amongst these swords, as you can see, shining down. And this is always the card with the little doe there in the background. It's the darkness before the dawn. So it's the ending of this torment is coming to a close. It could last a couple of days, it could maybe last a week, but it won't be a constant 24 hours a day, but you do have the fight or flight. You're in the flight energy where you're feeling erratic, not feeling grounded. So the only way to get through this erratic energy is to exercise. Go and do any exercise you can do to try and work your body a bit to get it to work the energy and help move those muscles and move that body around. Can always help shift this energy a bit quicker. Plus you might sleep better if you're a little bit exhausted. And just generally trying to take it easy, listen to some calming music, go sit on the ground outside under a tree and stare at the clouds for however long. Like, try and sort of settle your brain down to settling down, because it's ramping itself and it's running itself like a crazy machine. It's just ramping up. Got the Ten of Wands here, and there's been a lot of burden. Okay, battery ran out, of course, so just popped another one in. Anyway, as I was just saying, this Ten of Wands feels like this burden's been put on your own back. You're carrying this burden. Only way to read this energy is you feel like you've got to carry this burden. You feel like it's your responsibility to carry this burden or this situation, whatever this upset is. You feel like you're on your own and you've got to like walk with this on your back. You've got to struggle a bit, sort of thing. Don't know if you sort of feel like you need to punish yourself for something, or feeling you need to be putting yourself into that position where you're punishing yourself. But then we got the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is finally getting to a point where you're walking away from the emotions and the upset. So whatever's come, when this energy came in out of nowhere and your life changed really suddenly, it's like it shook the ground a bit. It actually freaked you out. Now, with those cards being the first two out, this energy has been just recently happening, or you're about to have this anxiety when this situation comes in, or you've had this anxiety and then this situation comes into play, because I'm not sure if it's going to be, it feels like it's right in amongst it. It's not happening at the same time. It's one, this happens and then the change snaps in, or the change comes and then this happens, but this only happens on and off for a small period of time. But you know that it's coming, or you know when you're in it, it will end. You will get through it. Feels a bit relentless at times when you're in those. It's a bit of a dark night of the soul vibe. It's got a bit of that. You virtually have to go through the cycle of it and get out the other side. And there's that burden where I feel like sort of part of you feels like you should be feeling this way, or you should have this burden. But we get to a bit happier times there with the old Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups is deciding to go, right, time to walk away from all this upset and this emotion and this overthinking. Any upset or anything that you haven't, whatever is brought about by the Eight of Swords and Judgment, you're going to get to a point after a period of time, which won't be too long, that you're going to end up walking away from. You're going to put down these swords. You're going to drop that bundle on the ground, and you're just going to have the one single rod to help keep you balanced, and you're going to walk away on your own and just move forward out of that energy and away from that energy. Now we've got the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles, so emotion and material. So that's being the boss of the emotional world and also being in charge of the material world. I feel like they aren't people. I feel that's, even if you're feminine, that's your masculine energy coming up. This situation and the experience you went through is making this come into more confidence in those areas, feeling more emotionally stable and feeling more in control, able to make decisions and able to, after all that anguish, you sort of get to that point where you feel like you're back in charge, you're becoming more confident. You get a little bit more for reading 2 for the green stone. Okay. Nearly hit the camera. Right, let's see what we've got. Okay, so, yes, okay, I get that, and I like that. So there we go, and just in case you needed another one, you got the King of Wands. So with the King of Wands, these can be a male in your life, which is a water sign, an earth sign, or a fire sign. Sorry, I was going to say air, but it's not air. It's fire, earth, and water. So even though I still think your emotions are coming into play, where you're stepping into that energy and you're stepping up into it, we have the Empress and the High Priestess. So it's card 2, card 3. So the progression of being in charge with the intuition and trust, and then being the mother here, and the birthing, and being in the feminine energy, but it feels really balanced. This feels like that yin and yang of that black and white of those candles. It feels like it's really balancing out. Because it's come up twice, it's just a little warning from them to say, beware of the burden. Carrying too much burden, you need to sort of put some of this burden down. You might need to ask for people to give you a hand. You might need to lean on some people now and then when you feel a little bit burdened again. You don't want to go back into that sword energy, so to keep out of that sword energy, don't let the load get too heavy on your back, because when it gets too heavy, then the mental side will come in. When you physically overload yourself with it's to do with life. It's just running around in life and trying to cover everyone and everything. It's like a mum trying to do everything, run the house, run the kids, go to work, and it's that sort of energy where because you've got the Empress there with the Mother card. I feel like just to be aware that you don't over-mother the situation. It doesn't even have to be kids. You can just be over-mothering and trying to fix everything and make sure everything's right. Sometimes things have to be a mess. Sometimes things have to go crazy for them to clear themselves out. Then we go down into this energy. We've got the 6 of Wands, the Chariot, and the 4 of Wands. So the 4 of Wands is that it's that 1111 card where things seem to be starting to settle down, and things seem to be, there could be a bit of a celebration or home improvements or something to do with the home. It feels like there's people coming to your home, or there's a bit of a dinner or a barbie or a celebration. And the 6 of Wands is victory. So with that victory, it's just the feeling, more so it's the feeling of victory inside, because of walking through and getting through that little bit of turmoil here with this change that come in and getting through the upset of it. You're feeling more confident within your own self and feeling more in charge again. And then we've got the Chariot, which is you starting to move forward, the direction starting to push and move forward into the new energy and starting to walk into that different energy that was heralding up here with the 8 of Wands and Judgment. So now I'm going to finish it out with just one angel card for reading 2 for the little green stone. Okay, it's jumped. Okay, we've got Francesca. So Francesca, what do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. So Francesca's just saying to stay positive in a nutshell. Yes, what do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Well, you're just staying positive. When there's any upset or any change of events, even though the energy can be, like you say, with those 3 sword cards there being a little bit draining, is just to unburden. Don't burden yourself too much. And I dare say that's definitely a big sign there about family and friends. There's a group of people, and see all the people here in the background all sort of standing around and happy to be around and support each other. I feel like when you have any of that upsetting energy coming in around, or it's starting to creep about back into your energy field, go out and get around some friends and some family. Go and have some time and go out and get about and do something different. It'll just help shift and keep things shifting, because you don't want those 10s of Wands with that burden and the stress. You don't need that now. You can lay that down, walk away with that 8 of Cups and come into this energy. Well, know that you can go into that direction if you choose to go that way, so just walk in that direction. Okay, that's it for you, reading 2. Bye for now. Look at that. And we go to the little white stone. These little white stones for reading 3. You would have picked this pretty little white stone. I'll pop it up here. And away we go. Okay, reading 3. What can we get for reading 3 for the white stone? Reading 3 with the white stone. What can we get for these guys? Alright, going to read those ones first. Alright. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles. Right. King of Pentacles, King of Wands. Now, pretty sure these guys just come out in the last reading. I'm just like, okay. So, in the last reading, they were definitely about being in that masculine energy. So, the King of Pentacles is the material world. King of Wands is like more to do with the passion and being in charge. It was a different... No, it was the King of Wands. He was there before. It was just the other deck. I'm just trying to think. I'm thinking that's not the right picture. It's all good. This King of Wands feels like it could be somebody coming in around you, family or friends, fire sign. It feels like someone that's in your life coming in, or somebody that you knew, like a family or friend that's coming around to visit or to catch up. And we've got the Emperor energy there too. So being the boss, so that's more you being the boss. I feel like you're more in charge and more confident in this energy at the moment with what's coming in. Still don't have any more of the story. 3 of Cups and Ace of Cups, which is quite nice cards. What else can we find out? I'm just going to, they didn't flick, so what else can we get for reading 3, the white stone? Reading 3. Oh. Okay. 3 of Cups, Ace of Cups. Feel like there's someone coming in around you with an offer. This Ace of Cups can be to do with romance or love. But it can also just be you're feeling quite, how do I put it? It's like you've got your cake and you eat it too. It feels like that with that King of Pentacles too. It's like you've got everything's lining up and going the way you want it to go. And it's a personal situation more so than the world around you. This was an inward feeling. This cup feels like it's more that you're standing there and you're quite happy and feeling quite confident. 3 of Cups can be a celebration, or there is a reason to celebrate because you're feeling this energy's coming in, that you're starting to feel like you're the boss because of the Emperor there as well. You feel like you're making decisions and you feel that you're confidently making these decisions, and you're stepping in the right direction, your energy's starting to move in the right direction. It's like there's a bit of a breakthrough. It feels like something's changed here that made this energy start moving forward. You had the 4 of Cups. That was a bit of disappointment somewhere. There was a bit of disappointment, or there still could be a little bit of disappointment lingering somewhere. But being all the other cups, everything, all the other cards trump this one card that's slightly a bit on the downside of things. All these trumpet, they're way better than this feeling of energy. So this could be an underlying energy that you still feel a little bit, just feels a bit lost. The energy feels a bit lost, but you're also sort of forcing yourself to step up and take charge with the Emperor and all these. You got 2 kings here and the Emperor, so to me that's the boss, like being back in charge, stepping up. You got the Fool, Page of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. So with this situation, the Fool's moving into a new direction, or starting to think of a new direction, or looking at a different way to go. Page of Pentacles can be a new idea, something you're doing with or to make money, a new job, to start a different career or go. But it's only at the starting stage of it, because the Seven of Pentacles is definitely when you've planted the seeds and you're waiting for things to grow. So it doesn't mean it's going to take forever, but it's definitely just starting to get going and moving forward with that Fool energy. Whatever you're moving towards, it feels like it's to do with a personal change. I don't have any cards of change here, but we'll see what we get. What else can we get for reading 3 with this white stone? What's this reading got that they should know about? What energy is there? Okay. I'm going to read what's here. Okay. Yeah, 2 of Swords, 3 of Wands, Temperance, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, well there's that change. Okay, well that's a bit more like it. So, the 2 of Swords, this is that in two minds, a bit of backwards and forwards, humming and hawing. The 3 of Wands and Temperance is just staying in alignment, staying balanced, staying positive. And the 3 of Wands is the expansion that is coming in and is starting to come in and around in your life. It is starting to swirl, like big energy swirling out on the edges. It's starting to, come into your life. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune. So with the Wheel of Fortune, that is a lucky break. That is change. That is luck. Things fall in your lap. Just looking at the little house there. So maybe there's something to do with the house. And as you can see on that wheel, there's a lot of things that can change. It can be an engagement ring, it can be education, it can be love, it can be a home, it can be money, it can be health, it can be a wish upon a star, which is just a wish come true, and they're just generally the sun. So with the sun there, that also means that it's just waking up and feeling happy, just buzzing to be alive. It's that sort of happiness. So this energy that's coming in and this change that's come in, even though there's still a little bit of disappointment underneath there, I feel it's very minimal. It's so small compared to everything else. It just feels like life itself is starting to, it's like you're in control a bit better. You've probably felt maybe out of control in the past, like you weren't running the show. Now it feels like you're starting to be back in charge as I play with the cards and just wreck them. Being this Ace of Cups and this 3 of Cups, it feels like that was you holding that cup and looking into it yourself and thinking, I'm starting to see the changes, I'm starting to feel different, I'm starting to feel like I'm back in charge of things here with these 2 kings and that Emperor. It feels like a coming of age sort of vibe. It's the only way to put it. It's like you've gotten through a big situation and you're coming out the other side. And like with the other readings, we're going to see if we can get an angel card just to finish off this reading very fast. Okay, angel card, Sonia. I bring you a message from a deceased loved one. I am happy, at peace, and I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. So somebody, maybe, this is what the disappointment is that underlying disappointment that maybe in your life somewhere it could be this time of year that's coming up that you have lost somebody, like a loved one that has passed, in the recent years gone by, or, however long, whenever. But maybe it's this time of year that brings this feeling about, where you have that slight feeling all the time. This exactly sits with that card, where there's that, you're getting around in life and you're tromping along and everything's going fine, but in the quiet moments when you sit and have a little think, this person may be coming into your thoughts all the time and are around you all the time, and you're thinking about them and your energy's going out, and this is Spirit coming back, giving you the message back now, saying that they're happy, they're at peace, and they love you very much, so please don't worry. So they're asking you not to be too concerned about them, where they are and what's happening. it was it was their time. It's just all there was to it. I won't get into all that chat because it's too many different angles in that conversation. But missing them's okay, because that's what we do. Everyone that's here is always going to miss somebody that's not here, because you can't talk to them or see them or touch them or talk to them again, so therefore you're always left yearning, is the only way to put it. Feels like a yearning card, that underlying yearning. So if anyone is feeling that from somebody that's passed over, that's your little bit of confirmation there to say that they're watching, they're there, you can't see them, you can't talk to them, but they're there and they know that you're thinking about them. So it's really quite sweet. So that's it for you, reading 3. I wouldn't have thought that until the end to pull this card to realise it was to do with, and it has got something to do with this person that's passed away. So great reading, reading 3 with a little white stone. Hope you got something. Bye for now.